Imagine a woman so brazen she'd snatch gloves from a paralyzed veteran's lap, thinking no one would notice. Then picture her face when she learns his daughter commands the evening news. In the small town of Willow Creek, where everyone knew everyone's business, Karen Whitaker was a name that sparked whispers and eye rolls. She wasn't just a complainer, she was a one-woman crusade against anything that didn't bend to her will. From berating baristas over lukewarm coffee to demanding refunds for half-eaten grocery store samples, Karen's entitlement was legendary. But on a chilly November evening, she crossed a line that would unravel her world and expose the raw underbelly of human conflict. The community center was buzzing with the annual Veterans Fundraiser, a night of warmth, gratitude, and shared stories. Among the crowd was Tom Reynolds, a 58-year-old Army veteran who'd lost the use of his legs in a roadside blast in Afghanistan. Tom was no stranger to hardship, but he wore his resilience like a badge. His hands, still strong, relied on a pair of custom leather gloves worn, faded, but meticulously crafted to grip his wheelchair's rims without slipping. Those gloves weren't just accessories, they were his independence, his defiance against a body that no longer obeyed him. Karen, in her signature leopard print coat and oversized sunglasses, strutted into the event like she owned it. She'd come to support the cause, she claimed, but her real mission was to nitpick the organizers for serving non-organic punch. As the night wore on, Tom, stationed near the donation table, caught her eye not for his quiet dignity, but for the gloves resting on his lap. To Karen, they looked expensive, exclusive, something she deserved more than a man who, in her mind, was just sitting there. In a moment of reckless audacity, as Tom turned to greet a friend, Karen swiped the gloves, tucking them into her purse with a smug glance around. No one saw. Or so she thought. What Karen didn't know was that Tom's daughter, Emily Reynolds, was watching from across the room. At 28, Emily was Willow Creek's pride, a rising star at Channel 7 News with a reputation for unearthing truth. She'd inherited her father's grit and a fierce sense of justice. Emily's eyes narrowed as she saw Karen's hand slip into her purse. She didn't confront her, then she waited. Emily knew the power of a story, and this one was about to explode. The next morning, Karen wore the gloves to her book club, flaunting them as if they were a trophy. Custom-made, she bragged, oblivious to the storm brewing. Meanwhile, Tom was struggling. Without his gloves, his hands slipped on the wheelchair's rims, leaving him stranded in his small apartment. He didn't rage or curse, he simply called Emily, his voice heavy with quiet pain. "They were my freedom, Em," he said. That was all she needed to hear. Emily didn't just get mad, she got strategic. She started asking questions, digging into Karen's habits. Neighbors mentioned Karen's book club, her flashy new gloves, her endless complaints. Emily's producer instincts kicked in. She called her newsroom, pitching a segment on small-town theft with big consequences. But this wasn't just a story, it was personal. She visited Karen's house, camera crew in tow, under the guise of a community feature. When Karen opened the door, gloves on full display, Emily's smile was razor-sharp. "Nice gloves," she said, her voice dripping with intent. Karen froze, sensing the trap but too proud to back down. The confrontation aired live on Channel 7 that evening. Emily, poised and relentless, recounted her father's sacrifice, his loss, and the theft that stripped him of his mobility. She held up a photo of Tom's gloves, then cut to Karen, stammering excuses on her doorstep. "I thought they were mine," Karen claimed, her voice shrill. The town watched, jaws dropped, as Karen's lies unraveled. Social media erupted. "Karen stole the gloves" trended, memes flooding X with Karen's sunglasses photoshopped onto cartoon villains. But beneath the outrage, a deeper wound festered Tom's quiet suffering, a veteran betrayed by his own community. Karen's life imploded. Her book club banned her. Local stores refused her service. She tried to spin the narrative, posting tearful videos claiming she was misunderstood, but the evidence was damning. Emily's broadcast didn't just expose Karen, it sparked a reckoning. Donations poured in for Tom, replacing his gloves tenfold. Strangers sent letters, sharing their own stories of loss and resilience. But Tom, ever stoic, didn't revel in the victory. "I just wanted my gloves back," he told Emily, his eyes distant. The climax came at a town hall meeting, organized to address the fallout. Karen, desperate to salvage her reputation, showed up uninvited. She stood, chin high, demanding forgiveness. "I made a mistake," she cried, but the room was cold. Tom wheeled forward, his new gloves gleaming under the fluorescent lights. "It's not about the gloves," he said, his voice steady but cutting. "It's about thinking you're above everyone else." Emily, standing beside him, added, "Some mistakes cost more than an apology." The crowd murmured, some nodding, others glaring. Karen fled, her leopard print coat trailing like a flag of defeat. The ending wasn't triumphant, it was bitter. Karen moved away, her name a cautionary tale in Willow Creek. Tom got his mobility back, but the theft left a scar, a reminder that even heroes aren't spared from pettiness. Emily's broadcast won awards, but she couldn't shake the weight of her father's pain. The town healed, slowly, through acts of kindness and renewed trust, but the rift Karen caused lingered. This story isn't just about a pair of gloves, it's about entitlement, sacrifice, and the ripple effects of one selfish act. It's about a community forced to face its flaws and a daughter's love that turned pain into justice. What do you think? Where does the line fall between a mistake and a betrayal? Should Karen have been given a chance to redeem herself, or was the town's judgment fair?